Time as we welcome in Mike Kelly from Sportlogiq. And Mike, listen, we all know what you do on special teams is going to matter a lot, especially in the postseason. However, really games are won 5-on-5. So with that being said, when you think about even strength goaltending, who is the man to beat?
Well, David, it's probably no surprise it's Andrei Vasilevskiy, and he's the guy to beat in every type of area of the game that you can quantify. He's just been the best everywhere. And you look at the numbers from Vasilevskiy this season, goalies with at least 20 games, he's first in save percentage, first in that high danger save percentage from the slot, goals saved above expected, so really factor in that quality in as well. He's first. And then the seam pass save percentage, something we track at Sportlogiq. You think maybe we'll try getting Vasi moving side to side and we can beat him that way. Well, he's got the second best save percentage in the league to Thatcher Demko when it comes to moving laterally in the net. He has no weaknesses in the net. You can go blocker, you can go high, you can go glove, you can go low. He's just that good. I had a really interesting conversation this morning with a goalie coach who's worked with Vasilevskiy for a number of years. And we were talking about just how well he moves in the net. He talked as well about Vasilevskiy and how well he reads the play now. And as he continues to grow and get more years in the league, how much smarter he gets as a goalie just from having that experience of reading different situations. And the terrifying thing is he still hasn't reached his potential. He's getting better, and he's already the best in the league. So any way you want to slice it, Vasi's number one, and I expect he'll be winning his second Vezina Trophy this year.
He's staring towards that, absolutely. Meanwhile, here in Toronto, we talk about Jason Spezza, and we marvel at how good he is, the value, right? A minimum salary and all sorts of great production, Mike. But league-wide, when you look at salary and production, who is the number one guy?
Well, it's Connor Garland, but Jason Spezza is up there. And, you know, the funny thing is I'm about the same age as Spezza, and everybody talks about him like he's the senior citizen. It makes me feel old. But there's Spezza still out there doing it. And thanks to our friends at Cap Friendly, you can look real quick at the amount of money a guy makes, how many points he has, and how much dollar amounts each point costs. Connor Garland is the best value right now. He's on a deal under $1 million, $25,000 a point. He's got 31 points in Arizona. You look at Carter Verhaeghe, and what you see here is a good mix of guys who are just getting more opportunity, playing with good line mates. Carter Verhaeghe is an example of a guy who had really, really strong underlying numbers. Didn't have a huge role in Tampa Bay, and ultimately had to leave because of money issues with the Tampa Bay Lightning, trying to fit him in. So he goes to Florida. They get him at a bargain, $1 million for 2 years. And he's among the league leaders in even strength goals and points as well. So finding players like Carter Verhaeghe, and the Seattle Kraken will be looking to do that in the expansion draft. Teams are looking to do it in free agency all the time. That's where you can maximize so much value by finding these diamonds in the rough. I thought he'd have a big year this year in a bigger role. I didn't see it being this big.
Yeah, the upper body injury, though, week to week for Verhaeghe, bad news for the Florida Panthers. Meanwhile, Mike, when you talk about a team's strength, a lot of people in the analytics community say, you know, goal differential is such a key indicator. It really shows how they're dominating other teams. Walk us through that and how that can be a really good indicator, but also misleading at times.
Sure. So goal differential is a pretty simple one. I think if you're even a casual hockey fan and you're not too big into the numbers, it's just something you can look at beyond a team's record to try to get an idea of, you know, how real is this team really. So focus on the Rangers and the Flyers. Same amount of games, separated by 2 points. Well, the Flyers have a -31 goal differential, and the Rangers are +24. That's a pretty big divide between the two teams. So really simply, just by using something as easy as that, you can say, okay, we know the Rangers have been playing a lot better hockey this year than the Flyers. And if one of those teams is going to catch Boston for that last playoff spot in the East, you'd pick the Rangers. But for me, it's really a symptom when you want to try to diagnose the strengths and weaknesses of a team. And for the Flyers, average offense, below average defense, and really poor goaltending this season. For the Rangers, good offense. You know, they could have even scored more goals when you look at things like expected goal differential, which factors in the process behind all of it. Good defense, really good goaltending. So you can continue to peel that onion to try to, you know, further understand at a more granular level. But goal differential for the casual fan, something you can grab real quick to give you a better idea, other than just the wins and losses.
It's definitely a good indicator, and it does say something about your team on a night-in, night-out basis. Mike Kelly from Sportlogiq, thanks so much for joining us here.